everyone, I'm Alma.
And I'm Ray, and if you're wondering why I got this pen up in my hair, that's what we're talking about on What Are You?
Talking about hair and healthy experiences with it, so make sure you tune in on either YouTube, SoundCloud, or we have it on MBSA CU Denver for the next 24 hours.
There it is. Stay tuned.
Bye. We are back for another episode of What Are You? Last week we talked about raising / being multiracial or multi-ethnic individuals growing up and what that experience is like. And we have Chelsea back this week,
Hey,
so yeah.
Look at it. Hey.
I'm back. But today's episode I'm actually really excited about. It's
Why
called
excited?
Because it's the Don't Touch My Hair episode, the one I have been leading up to for 3 weeks now.
We're in midterms, and you better not touch this hair.
No, I'm not in the mood.
Not at all.
But yeah, so this is a conversation that I've had with not only mixed individuals, but anyone who has hair that is not straight, basically.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a lot of stigma that comes with hair, and so we'll talk a little bit about that, what our experiences have been like, and either if we have been the person who has been asked, can I touch your hair, or have seen other people ask that, or if we've even been the person ourselves to kind of talk about that. So
Sure.
yeah, so the amount of times that I've been asked that question. It was definitely more prevalent when I was younger, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, more than an adult now. I think it also had to do with I straightened my hair from like 6th grade all the way through undergrad too. So like less people asked to touch it. It was more like my roommates after I took a shower and like my hair was out and they were like,
Oh
my gosh, it looks so different. Oh.
It's so luxurious.
Yeah.
Exotic. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that stuff. Like, okay. So I know we're roommates. Is there any way that I could touch your hair, please? And I'm like,
Nah, fam.
yeah.
That's a no from me, dog.
But even that took me a while to gain the confidence to tell people no.
Yeah.
Because I like felt bad, and it was also like one of those things where I was like, well, I don't want them to like feel that this is like foreign, or like I feel bad telling them no because maybe they haven't like experienced this type of hair, but like it was like still that like feeling of like after I do it I'm like,
what do you
I feel
do?
gross.
Yeah, you know,
it's more of like when the comments start happening once they touch my hair, they're like, oh wow, this feels so different. And I'm like, it's
like if you close your eyes during it, it's the weirdest interaction ever, and you're like,
have they ever
please end it. Like,
have they ever tried to like, ooh, it bounces, can I like place something on top
oh
of it?
yeah.
Oh, I haven't had that. I had people when I like used to straighten my hair because it's not like straight, like it would stick out if I left it in places because my mom let me walk out of the house straightening my own hair in like 8th grade, and that was mistake number 1. I'm not too mad at my mom now, but she definitely let me walk out of the house looking all types of crazy trying to straighten my hair. But like it would stick up, and like if you like held it up, and so I had people that would be like, oh, let me see, and they would like stick it up like while it was straight, and I was just like combing it back down and like, okay, all right, thank you, yeah.
Yeah. Definitely I had a similar experience, because I think from from 3rd grade up towards 12th grade of high school, I had the afro, and so I just never cut my hair, didn't want to. I hated the barber. I never had that relationship with the barber, which I'll go into later. And so, you know, definitely I was a class clown, surprise, surprise, in my class. You know, just putting pencils in my hair and stuff like that, and like just being, you know, stupid and flirty and be like, hey girl, you want a pencil? There it is, go ahead. And just like pulling it out of my hair. And like her eyes like lighting up and just being like, oh my god. What more can you pull out? It's like, that's 10s and like pencil protectors and stuff like that. It was y'all got some y'all got some dirty minds. Get out of here. Don't be looking at me like that. But it was just like a fun, like huge afro that I had, and my mom would always be pissed because she'd always want to like cut my hair, and I'm like, Mom, no.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have any type of hair similar to my mother's. My dad always had like a shaved head, and all my tios would have like just straight hair. It'd be like Fabio looking, just luxurious like Latino hair, and I didn't have that, so I just had a big old afro, which I was proud of. I was like,
that's good.
Piping it up, just leaving money in there. But it was only until after my undergrad when I finally got the high top fade. And boy, I'm telling you, it was probably one of the best haircuts I've ever had in my life. I stick to it to this day. It's very nice, it's very luxurious.
If you would like to see this high top, please go to MBSA. See you Denver live. We are streaming now. It'll be too late by the time you hear this. Or YouTube, and you'll see what he looks like.
It's talking about. If anyone wants to get like an imagery of Will Smith from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air had it. Martin.
If you've seen Dope.
There you go.
The main character on your
Yeah. But just like that square, upward, kid and play type haircut. Totally loved it. Still love to this day. And then fun fact, apparently in Morocco it stands for like nobility and royalty. So I was like, hell yeah, my kid. And I think it was towards that time area, that's when like a lot of girls would come to me and be like, can I touch your hair? And I'm like, can I get your name? And like, some information, like, can we have a dialogue here? And she's like, no, your hair just looks so soft. Yeah. And I'm like, it is.
I had someone tell me like, when they ask you that, ask them back to touch their hair. And I thought that was a great idea until I did it, and this girl was like, yeah, that's fine. And I was like, damn, I know.
It's like,
I didn't actually love this.
Attack was not effective.
So yeah, did not work for me.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Chelsea, what's
What's your experience with hair?
Oh, coming from two parents who come from the same ethnic group, right? I guess we have I don't have thick hair, but my sisters do. That's just because I have a chronic illness called lupus, so it actually made my hair fine. I used to have like luscious long hair that could grow for like in a week, like long. But now it's like slowly growing, and as I age, it's getting worse, but trying to tame it and have what I have and make it, luxurious like you too, but it works how it works. My sisters have thick, very coarse hair, dark, and they don't lose a lot of hair like me, but that's how it is, right? But when I did encounter folks that did have different textures of hair compared to me, that was when I was like, okay, what do they use?
Yeah.
Do they use the same comb as me?
Yeah.
For sure not. Especially the texture, right?
Yeah.
But I knew from the beginning, and especially growing up in my culture, that you don't touch other people's body and body parts, right?
Yeah.
But I was just curious, but I would never ask, because I thought it would be very uncomfortable to them, and it was uncomfortable to me.
You're right.
Yeah. So I was like,
Thank
okay,
you.
I'm not going to ask them. But,
Yeah.
I figured it out later on a college campus that people are more open to conversations like that.
Oh yeah.
But my question is like, have you used products, and has that changed over the years? But also, how would you have those conversations with, monoracial individuals?
Or even individuals who don't have hair textures like us.
Or just like your knowledge, because I know for a fact.
Our lovely camera woman, Sateri, has a question.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
So I just thought about something. I'm wondering if there's a correlation between the countries that are closer to the equator and the thickness of their hair and the coarseness of their hair versus those that are more north.
Ooh,
I'm pretty sure there is, because shit.
Well, I don't know. Like my uncles and on my side of my family in Colombia, they have like straight, luxurious hair.
Some of them.
Some of them. On my dad's side, it's all curly like me, and so that's where like the outlier is, I guess. Where that kind of like northern looking hair, right dab in the equator area.
Yeah. There definitely is history for that though. I can't remember any of the facts about it right now, but there is like something talking about like the environment that people grow up in and people adapting to it, like even like your like skin tone, like if you're closer to the equator, there's probably a good chance that your skin tone is darker, otherwise you're frying out there. And so I know that there is a correlation with hair, I just don't know exactly like what the science is behind it.
Viewers, listeners, if you know the answer, please let us know. So we can get more information about it.
I also want to add that even with like interracial mixes, like myself, Cambodian, Chinese, and Laos, I inherited the more Cambodian hair, which is thick and coarse, but I straighten it all the time. But my aunts, they have straight hair. And that's because they're closer to the Chinese side of the family. So that's really interesting, I think.
So it's not even, like, Ray and I have more afro hair. And that's usually the more controversial hair, but like, as Sateri was saying, like, there is a difference even between like Asian ethnicities of like hair texture and what that looks like and what that feels like. Exactly. And so like there is still this standard of what is beautiful and what is acceptable and what is not. And so like definitely in the United States and most like Western European countries, like professional, for women at least, for professional and appropriate hair is straight. It is straight, or like it has like a loose curl to it that is not natural. It's usually done with like a hair curler or something like that in order to create like those like glam waves and things like that. So yeah, that's definitely, it's, although we can only talk about like, although Ray and I all have like a different experiences, this is something that does affect more than people who have any type of Black, African, or Afro, Latinx roots or anything.
Period in your life that someone outright said like, I don't like your hair, or like
Oh,
your
absolutely.
hair.
Yeah, I was in high school. I had a boyfriend at the time, and he kept pressuring me about just like wearing my hair natural and stuff. And so I did it one day. Keep in mind, I did not know the products that I needed for my hair, so it did look like a mess to me. To me, because I was not used to it and I didn't know how to take care of it. It wasn't bad, but my hair was already short when it was straight, so it was extremely short when it was curly. But I had a guy that was in my choir that straight up walked to me and he was like, "Oh, I don't like this hair."
Wow.
He was like, "I like it better when it was straight." And like that, it like everyone else gave me compliments the rest of the day, but it was that one person that like made me, I was like, I'm done. I'm not doing this. I'm putting my hair up. I'm not wearing it out ever again. And I didn't for, that was senior year of high school. I did it for 4 more years.
Damn.
Yeah, when I tell you I straightened my hair every day, I straightened it every day. Hold on a second.
Definitely, I think for me, I think it was mostly from boys, just because like I was in a predominantly white area, where guys would be like, "Oh man, you just got like big old afro hair," and I'm like, "Man, you just mad because you don't have pockets like me," putting in pencils and stuff like that. But you know, I think it was at a time where like my mom, you know, started criticizing me of, you know, having my big afro hair, and she's like, "Yo, you really need to cut it. Like, it just needs to go." And I'm like, "No, Mom. Like, this is, you know, who I am. This is my identity. I really like it." Eventually, I gave in just because, you know, she really was, you know, picking and prodding at me. But it didn't feel good. You know, I liked, you know, who I was during that time. And then when I shaved it, it was like, it brought on a whole different other set of hair issues where I was like, oh man, now I gotta moisturize it, and I gotta make sure it's like soft and good, and that took like years of kind of damage control to keep up with.
So this is a good segue because Chelsea did ask us like about finding products
Mhm.
and things like that.
Yeah.
Because you can't just go to the biggest section in Target or Walmart where you have options for me that I can
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
swab the panty. Yes, I have all the things I need.
Not
The name
sponsored.
But
brand,
then
yeah.
you go to the mixed section, it's like this one column.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even just
Small-
one box.
Yeah, it's a shelf.
Especially here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was something that was very interesting for me to experience because I know that there were more stores back at home, like in the Walmarts and the Targets and things like that, that had a way bigger selection
Yeah.
than they do in Colorado. Like Target, if you are hearing this, or Walmart, if you are hearing this in
Get your
Colorado,
game up.
please, like I am dying. Like I have to drive all the way to Aurora or to like a different neighborhood in order to find like better products from, or find even a bigger selection for my hair.
Yeah. Or a hair pick.
Yeah,
Shoot, like there was like
Jesus,
one
I have to go
salad
to
that's
Sally
like,
Beauty
I get it.
every time.
Yeah.
Like but
Well, like, what was it? There was a funny story. I went to like Kroger's because I usually go to the grocery stores, which is like in Virginia. I was able to do that, get my products, and I usually get olive oil, like name brand olive oil, for my hair to moisturize it, right?
Yes.
I went up to someone. They're like, "Hey, I'm looking for olive oil for my hair." They're like, they gave me the and like, took me to the olive oil, which was
For the
next to
cooking oil.
the extra virgin olive oil, and I was like, no, I need the like lotion, the hair lotion olive oil, and they're like,
oh, we don't have that.
sir, we don't have that here.
Yeah.
I literally got that statement, and I was like, it's okay, it's fine, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
And
And like, yeah, no, it drove me nuts, and I was like, man,
Yeah.
like I miss like just going to one place for everything.
yeah. So fun fact, Ray did come over my apartment once to get his high top straightened.
Yes.
And while he was there, I definitely started grilling Ray about the products that he used
Yes.
for his hair and finding them here. I mean, I had been here longer than Ray had been here too, so like even just like us talking about it, I was like, okay, Ray, like you cannot walk out of the house unless you put this type of leave-in conditioner. It looks like this is the type of porosity for your hair, which for those of you who don't know what porosity is, it's like the way your hair absorbs water. So for my hair, I have low porosity, which is a whole other thing.
It's a
like,
science.
It's a
Yeah.
science, and like it's crazy because the same hair product, like Chelsea and I just discussed about this earlier, and like she was like, I thought, or you say it.
Yeah. I thought that siblings that came from the same parents, right? Assuming like me thinking, okay, they use the same hair product, so like if her hair's that curly, her sibling's gonna be that curly too. So they're gonna save money and use the same hair products.
And that's definitely not the case, especially for mixed children. Like I have a different, me and my brother have similar hair type, but me and my sister do not. My sister's hair is more of that like ringlet curls, and I have more of that like coarse hair. So I need like thicker products than she does. If she uses the same products that I do, her hair gets like extremely weighed down. If I use the same products that she does, it doesn't hold.
Yeah.
And so like for me, like to go back to porosity, like I have low porosity, which means that my hair, it has a hard time retaining water. And so like I have to like use hot water in order to open up my hair follicles in order to take in the water, and then I have to seal it like right away. And I also have to like, it's crazy because I have to use hot water and then I have to squeeze out the water in my hair, because if it has too much, I get too much product buildup. And if I do that, my hair will like, I went through this point where I thought that I needed like really, really thick products, and so I kept using thick products and my hair was falling out.
Ugh.
Like it was just like coming out in like clumps and
Ugh.
things like that. And so I had to buy all new products, which is not cheap at
Yeah.
all. But like I had to figure out like, okay, I have to squeeze out the water in my hair first, and then I can add whatever leave-in conditioner, and then I have to seal it right away with an oil, and then I can use like my actual products.
Ooh.
Where my friend has high porosity hair, which means that her hair like absorbs water really quick, but it also goes away just as fast.
Yeah.
So as soon as she gets water, it has to be like drenched, and she has to put everything on it and then seal it, and then it stays. And like that's it. But she cannot wait 20 minutes after the shower, or else she has to drench her hair again.
It's like a Mission Impossible
It
kind of
really
like that type.
The
Yeah.
Jeff I'm reacting right now is that white guy. He's like,
Yeah.
That's opening his eyes.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
how long does this all
Yeah.
take?
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
that's like another thing, like, oh man, I can go into braids and stuff like that, but that was something that, like, talking with Ray when we were talking about his hair, I was like, okay, so it looks like you have this porosity hair, make sure you use this oil. By the way, if you use coconut oil, do not use it in the winter or else it'll look like dandruff,
Yeah.
because it hardens.
Wait, for everybody or just
For everyone. I mean, because
Yeah.
think about it,
PSA.
like, if you have, like the unrefined coconut that you, like, melt in your hands,
Yeah.
that's a small temperature that you can, like, literally melt it in your hands,
Yeah.
and it can turn into a solid at room temperature.
Yeah.
So if it's 30 degrees outside,
It's gonna turn white.
yes.
And it's gonna
And
look
so
like-
that's something to think about, people out there. Please do not do that. It can look really bad. But yeah, even oils. Like, I have to use, like, a lighter oil. I can't use what was the oil that, like, my partner can use avocado oil because he has, like, very thick hair and it's usually pretty thick.
Yeah.
And, like, even coconut oil is, like, a little bit too thick for my hair.
Yeah.
I have to use, like, almond oil, and, like, occasionally I can use jojoba oil, but it has to be, like, after I've already put the almond oil
Yeah.
on it, and it's, like, been a couple days after.
Hopefully someone's listening to this and being like,
Yeah,
yes.
writing notes.
Yes.
Not that
Was there a style recently and or like in the past like 5 years that you immediately loved? Because definitely it brings me back to when you straightened my hair. This was like a year ago. One of my barbers who I had a really close relationship with. It took me forever to find him. He was in this, all-female salon that had a chandelier, and he was the only black barber in our town. And he was like, "Oh no, come here! Like, I'll do your hair." I was like, "Thank you, sir." Established a relationship with him, and then there was one conversation we had where he was like, "So when are we gonna straighten your hair?" I was like, "You thought?" He was like, "No, for real. Like, your hair is really nice. Like, we can straighten it." I was like, like my Latino, like my eyes like started widening out because like in my mind this is the hair that my mom wanted for 20 years, and so I was like, you know what, let's try it, like let's do it. He didn't put any like conditioning or anything, he just straightened it and it just worked lavishly. And I kid you not, putting your fingers through your hair and not like, ooh,
I want to see.
it was so good. And I called my mom and I was like, "Mom, look." She's like, "Ay, Dios mío." Like she was like, "Where's my son?" And so definitely that was one style that I was really happy with. However, it was kind of like a Cinderella type deal where I couldn't wet my hair a drop.
Yep.
And so there was one day where I was like at the gym working out, like running, like getting it, and I was like, "Oh man, I really gotta take a shower." Took a shower, did this 3 times, like just went through my hair. 3rd time, got locked with my naps, and I was like, "Oh no, this is it."
Yep.
And since then I now know that I can do it, but I always do it on like a special occasion if I'm on like a really nice like wedding date or it's a kindergarten graduation or something like that, which doesn't happen as much anymore. So
ladies.
But yeah, ladies.
We always do this for you, Ray. We always are advertising. He is still single, ladies.
Yeah.
For me it was definitely braids. When I got like my when I got my braids and I got the like single-lease, single-lease twists and everything like that. That was the point where I was like, oh snap! I was like, because I hadn't had long hair ever. Like my hair had been short also from 8th grade until end of college, and I thought it was because my hair wouldn't grow. The fact was I wasn't taking care of my hair. I was like burning it, and so because I would like use so much heat damage and stuff like that, it would just kind of fall out and like all that stuff. So it wasn't until I started going natural that I saw like the growth in my hair. Like if anyone watches this live, like my hair looks short, but it's not short. And so onto like my butt, I was like, I was a new person. I literally was like whipping it around. I was like throwing it over my shoulder. I was putting in like high ponytails. I was like, look at the length, it's still there.
Inches.
Yes,
Inches.
yes, so many. But like it was awesome to find a hairstyle that wasn't damaging to my hair.
Cool.
Because I very much was like, I spent way too much time to get my hair to the length it is now and how healthy it is.
Yeah.
And I get very bored with my hair
Yeah.
too. So like I always like constantly change it up. I think Terry mentioned last year, she was like, every time you come in here, you're like a different person. It's so nice. She's like, like that was like with my hair and my like style. Like I looked like Spinelli one day, and then I would come in and be like in a really like nice turtleneck and like jewelry and stuff.
Yeah.
But it would prevent me from like it would be nice because I wouldn't have to dye my hair. I would just get braids that were different colors
There
and
you
things
go.
like that. So
And so closing out with this episode, what do you want to tell people with different hair and how to feel about it, and you know, overall thoughts of Chelsea? You look like you ready. Go ahead.
I have my notes ready. This is like, especially in the workplace, like respect people who have afros and respect people who have braids, dreadlocks, especially when there's a reason behind it, right?
Yes.
naturally curly hair.
Yes.
The reason why they need to braid it, the reason why they need to tie it up, let it be how it be,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, let them do them with their hair. And
Yeah.
that should be, if it's their authentic self, that it should be accepted, because there shouldn't be like a standard what should be worn, what is beautiful, what is not, right?
True.
Right.
Because I believe afro is beautiful and braids are beautiful, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And so is your hair.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Everyone's hair is beautiful. Like, I'm sorry, Kathy, but that I don't have my hair the same way every single day I come into work. But I know we're running out of time, but there's definitely, so there's this HBO special called I Be Known by Amanda Seales, and she definitely has this moment where she's like, has a coworker that's like, so I walked into the office today, and I don't know if like what her name was, I'll call her Shannon. She was like, and Shannon came in with braids today, and I didn't recognize her, and like so like all this stuff, like it's one of those things that I can be any woman that I want to be when with my hair. That's just another form of expression. It's not my fault that I can like switch it up all the time.
Exactly. And to people who don't like their hair because you know they don't like their hair, love your hair.
Right. That's all you got.
That's all you got. You know.
Till you older.
And if you
Exactly.
don't, then invest in some wigs.
There you go.
Invest in anything
Yeah.
else. Like,
Just
it's-
look fly on your time.
Just don't culturally appropriate either.
Don't do
too.
that.
We
If I can put this put this out in the open, don't put corn in cornrows.
Oh.
It doesn't work. If you have seen the video, you know what I'm talking about. If you
No, I haven't
haven't,
seen it.
please do. Yes, I'll show you.
Corn in corn.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, but
No bueno.
no bueno. Just love your hair, appreciate your hair, love yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, good job, guys. This is great.
Wow, we could have talked about this
Yo,
way longer.
yeah.
Maybe we will.
We might do another part 2. to
Yeah,
this.
for hair.
You
That
never
would be
know.
good. We should talk about barbershops and hair salons and things like that, because that's a whole
It's a whole other
thing,
episode.
like another connection.
Yes.
Because people build those connections with people that do their hair, and
I miss you,
that's for
Derek.
everyone.
Yes.
So yeah.
100%.
Okay, next semester.
There you go.
Look out for it. But thank you all for tuning in so much. We will be back with another episode next week. To be honest, I do not know what it is, and I am not going to guess this time.
We'll keep you surprised and updated.
Yes. So thank you all for tuning into
What Are You?